Ethan Reed, a 28-year-old app developer from Austin, Texas, always dreamed of creating something that could change people's lives. After months of hard work, sacrificing sleep and social life, he finally launched his first app, MindFlow. The app is designed to help users improve concentration and focus, a solution he believes is much needed in this fast-paced world. However, the launch was a disaster. Early reviews were very poor. Users complained about bugs, a confusing interface, and features that didn't work. Downloads were stagnant. Ethan was devastated. This failure hit her like a sledgehammer, triggering a wave of negative emotions, shame, pain, and feelings of worthlessness. The voice of the inner critic in her head screams, "You're not smart enough. You will never succeed." He started avoiding new challenges, fearing repeated failure, and even considered leaving the app development world altogether. One night, as Ethan was reflecting on his failures, he listened to a podcast featuring Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Evelyn Hayes, a renowned psychologist who talks about reframing failure. Dr. Hayes explains that failure is not the end, but rather one of humanity's greatest strengths and a key factor that makes goal achievement possible. Inspired, Ethan decided to contact Dr. Hayes. Their first meeting was a turning point. Dr. Hayes did not ask Ethan to forget his failure, but rather to manage the psychological impact. Negative emotions are natural, Dr. Hayes says gently. What matters is how you process them, not avoiding them. He taught Ethan the technique of self-distancing, which is looking at failure from the perspective of a neutral third party. Instead of asking, "Why did I fail?" Ethan learned to ask, "Why did MindFlow fail?" This reduces the emotional burden and allows him to analyze the situation more objectively. He also started practicing self-compassion, being kind to himself, as he would to a friend who was struggling. Whenever negative thoughts arise, she replaces them with affirmations such as, "I learned from this experience." The next step is to build a solid foundation of confidence. Dr. Hayes introduced the concept of growth mindset. Your abilities are not fixed, he explained. They can be developed through dedication and hard work. Ethan began to believe that he could grow from his failures. He made a list of his strengths, creativity, perseverance in coding, and focused on developing them. He also started setting small, realistic goals, such as fixing one small bug in the app or getting one positive review from a friend. Every time he succeeds, he celebrates, building a ladder of confidence step by step. Dr. Hayes encouraged Ethan to face his fears and step out of his comfort zone. Ethan started attending local developer meetups, although he felt very anxious at first. He offered to help with small projects, even those outside of his expertise. Every time he got past that fear, his confidence increased significantly. He learned that failure is not the end, but a natural part of the learning process. She also started hanging out more with Olivia Chen, a developer friend who was always positive and supportive. Limit interactions with people who tend to demoralize him. Along with confidence building, Ethan also developed his critical thinking skills. Dr. Hayes emphasizes that critical thinking is a tool for analyzing failures and formulating innovative solutions. Ethan learned to not only see what was wrong with MindFlow, but why it was wrong. It analyzes user feedback objectively, distinguishing valid criticism from emotional complaints. He identified the assumptions he made during development, e.g., users will know how to use this feature without a tutorial, and challenge them. With the guidance of Dr. Hayes, he used a systematic problem-solving framework to redesign the application, break down complex problems into smaller, manageable parts. To support this intense redesign process, Ethan also increased his focus and concentration. He optimizes his work environment, cleaning his desk, ensuring good lighting, and using noise-canceling headphones. He started applying the Pomodoro technique, working for 25 minutes with full focus, followed by a 5-minute break. She also prioritizes getting 7-8 hours of sleep every night, eating healthy foods rich in omega-3, and exercising regularly. In fact, he started meditating briefly every morning to calm his mind before starting the day. After 6 months of hard work fueled by a new mindset and honed skills, Ethan was ready to relaunch his app. He named it ZenFlow, a name that reflects his journey of transformation. This time, the results were very different. Reviews flooded in with praise. Users loved the intuitive interface, smart new features, and the stability of the app. ZenFlow quickly rose on the app charts, becoming one of the most popular productivity apps. Ethan not only achieved financial success, but also felt a much deeper sense of fulfillment. He has turned his biggest failures into stepping stones to great achievements. He has proven that with faith in oneself, any goal, no matter how big, can be achieved. His story is an inspiration to many in his company, showing that the foundation of true success lies in the power of inner conviction. A few years later, Ethan Reed is a respected CEO in the tech industry. Zenflow has grown into a global platform, helping millions of people improve their concentration and mental well-being. Ethan is often invited to speak at major conferences, not just about the success of his app, but about how he learned from failure. He mentors many young developers, always emphasizing the importance of resilience, growth mindset, and the power of critical thinking. He constantly seeks out new challenges, convinced that every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. Ethan Reed has proven that failure is not the end of the story, but rather an important chapter that forms the path to true success. The lessons learned from Ethan Reed's story are: 1. Failure is the best teacher. Failure is not the opposite of success, but an integral part of the journey towards the goal. It is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow in ways that would not be possible without setbacks. 2. Control emotional responses. After failure, it is important to acknowledge and process negative emotions, shame, disappointment, rather than avoid them. Practicing self-compassion and reframing failures as learning opportunities will help build resilience. 3. Develop a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations and focus on your strengths. 4. Build confidence gradually. Set small, realistic goals and celebrate every achievement. Dare to try new things and get out of your comfort zone. Surround yourself with a positive and supportive environment. 5. Sharpen critical thinking skills. Use failures as case studies. Train yourself to ask why and how, analyze information objectively, evaluate arguments, and identify assumptions and biases. This will help you find the root of the problem and formulate innovative solutions. 6. Improve focus and concentration. Create a conducive work environment, apply time management techniques such as Pomodoro, prioritize sleep and adequate nutrition, and do exercise and meditation. Good concentration is the foundation for in-depth analysis and optimal performance. 7. Failure builds resilience. Every time you bounce back from failure, you become more resilient. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from setbacks and see challenges as opportunities to master rather than obstacles.